Hello, my name is Kivia Thomas, and I am going to be attending ASU this coming spring. I'm pursuing my bachelor's in sociology. Um, Recently got my ID. My hair might look a little crazy on it, but still a good photo. I'm talking today about being a parent and balancing school and studying while being a parent. I'm a full-time mom, single mom at that. I have two sons. They are 10 and 4. Their names are Jeremiah and Makai. And so with them and going to school, it can be a little challenging. It can be definitely difficult, but in the end, it is very rewarding. It's really all about balance. As long as you're able to balance the two, then that's really where you're going to get the most out of it, because at times it can be overwhelming. The way that I've learned how to balance with my boys, since being a single parent, I don't have a lot of help outside from some of my family members. So a lot of my responsibilities rest solely on me. And working full time at one point, I saw that it was taking away from my family time and also placing a lot of stress on myself. I didn't have a lot of time to help my children with their homework or do things with them over the weekends because I would be so exhausted and so tired from school. Even though I was going online, it was still mentally draining me, which led to somewhat of a bit of a physical fatigue. So with that, I just found that going down to part-time allowed me to be there for my children way more. And even though the money wasn't as much as I was making full time, having that financial aid to assist me and help me pay for my home and be able to spend that time with my children, it was worth more than what any pay, I was receiving. But there definitely are some challenges of being a parent and also attending school. But as I mentioned, it's all about balance. If you don't have that kind of balance, or if you don't have that mindset, then you're really going to overexert yourself and you're going to become stressed and you're going to fail. So the way that you should really go about it is to always plan. And my mom always told me a failure to plan is a plan to fail. So as long as you always have a plan in place and a routine and you get yourself on a schedule, it's a lot easier to maintain both of those lifestyles because it's going to take a lot of dedication and hard work. And so if you don't have a plan in place, you don't necessarily know where to start. Organization, it also plays a key part in being a parent and going to school because I find myself sometimes all over the place and I'm like, oh my goodness, well, if I would just take the time to do one thing at a time and sit and plan it instead of trying to tackle the world, then I may be better off. So I try to make sure that I stay very organized. I have a routine for me and my boys when we come home from school, homework time, dinner time, bath time, and so on. So as long as they know that we have a routine and we stick to that routine and we're organized with that within that routine, it flows really, really well. Sometimes we do get off track because we're human and to err is human, but you always pull yourself back in by understanding that you can do it and that you can multitask. So, it's very scary to try to maintain a life with your children and to give them the attention that they deserve and also educate yourself because you want to provide a better future for them. So I say this to parents that are maybe a little hesitant or have some reservations about starting school, that you should just go for it because ultimately in the end it's going to be the best decision that you've ever made. And it's definitely worth it for you and your children in the long run. I know right now it can seem like it's difficult, but you have to look at the bigger picture and you have to remember that you are doing this to provide a better future for you and your family.